Good afternoon. My name is Terilee. I'm a certified personal trainer and nutrition specialist at the Desert View Club here in our Robeson community. Today, I'm coming to you this afternoon from my kitchen to yours. I want to teach you all how to make a faux protein muffin, meaning faux is like fake. So in my protein muffins, there are no grains whatsoever. It's no dairy and completely sugar-free, and as well as gluten-free because I'm a gluten-free girl. And it has very few ingredients. I use an orgain powder, and it's called fudgy chocolate, and then I like to mix a little bit of vanilla in it. This is a bone broth protein powder. And then for my spices, because I'm making a chocolate pumpkin faux muffin, I'm using some cinnamon, pumpkin spice, and a little bit of nutmeg, and always a little bit of Himalayan salt. And I also use a little bit of apple cider vinegar because the apple cider vinegar helps the muffin to rise, along with a baking powder, which is also gluten-free, and this is one of my favorites right here, called Clabber Girl. Also, to give the muffin a little bit of binding to it, I do a little tablespoon of psyllium husk. Depending on what type of shedded cycle I want to follow, will depend on what sort of ingredients I like to put in it. So I can give you examples of that. For my pumpkin, I'm using a pumpkin puree. And for my chocolate, I'm using a organic 100% cacao baking chocolate. So with that being said, I'm going to get started. It's going to be very fast and easy. I like to use a little parchment paper cup for my ramekin here, so I don't have to wash it when I'm done. That makes things even more easier. So in here I've combined 1/4 cup of the orgain chocolate powder and 2 tablespoons of my vanilla bone broth protein powder. I'm going to pour that in my little dish here. And then I have a tablespoon of the psyllium husk. I'm going to pour that in. And then I have a tablespoon of my organic 100% cacao chocolate powder. And then I have 2 tablespoons of my puree pumpkin. This will help your muffin to be really moist. And also you can use pureed sweet potato, which you can find in a can as well. You can use that. You can use also a pureed butternut. And sometimes, like in recipes, instead of using applesauce, I like to buy organic baby food. And because it's very low in sugar, and I'll buy, instead of the applesauce, a little jar of organic pureed carrots, which you could also add to your faux muffin batter as well, and it would be really good, like a carrot pumpkin chocolate muffin. And let's see what else. I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of my baking powder. And then I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of the apple cider vinegar. Like I said, this helps it to rise. Okay, and that's all the ingredients. I'm gonna add a dash of some Himalayan salt, because salt always makes everything taste better, kind of like bacon. But we're not doing bacon. And then I use a cinnamon powder. So there's no really measurements for these. It's just about what you like. So you need to get creative get your culinary muscle in gear and think of what tastes good in producing a fake muffin. So I have all my ingredients in here. The last ingredient, oh, I forgot my xylitol, a packet of xylitol, or you could do monk sugar as a sweetener, okay, fake sugar. And then I use a 1/4 cup of egg whites. So I'm just gonna go into my fridge here, grab my egg whites, shake it up really good. It's a good way to get your bicep muscle in gear. And then I'm going to pour this in here. Pour the egg white in there. And now all I need to do is stir it up until it's fully mixed. You want to make sure that you get all the batter broken down, the powder, so that it's smooth. And I like using a glass jar to mix my batter in. So imagine there's, you know, only the calories from the protein powders in here, which isn't much. The rest of the ingredients are all protein. You have a little bit of fiber from the plant-based protein powder along with your psyllium husk. So fiber is always very good. A lot of my Shedit clients always ask me, you know, what can I have on my high protein, low carbohydrate day when I have no breads allowed and stuff. And so I've been wanting to teach people how to do this because it's fast and simple and it's quite satisfying. So what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna put my batter into my ramekin. And then I like to bake it at 400 for about, I set the timer like 20 minutes, but I kind of check it like when there's 10 minutes left, like tap the top of it to see if it's too soft. If it's too soft, then I let it go a little bit more because you don't want it to be raw inside. But if it's a little raw, it's okay because then it's like a molten chocolate kind of cake, if you will, and it's really quite yummy that way too, if it's a little soft inside. So it looks like I scraped all my batter. If I wasn't filming this, I'd probably lick everything because I normally do that anyway, but I'm not gonna do that on film. So now I have my muffin in here, okay, and I'm gonna place it in my oven at 400 for about, like I said, 20 minutes. And the next thing that I wanna show you that I really love is this PB2 organic peanut butter powder. This is like 94% less fat than any nut butter that you may have. And I especially like having this, especially on my high protein, low carbohydrate days, because it makes me feel like I'm having something really decadent. And it's really super easy. I mean, you could put this dry in baking goods, but you can mix it and you have 2 tablespoons of the powder in your cup here. And then you take 1 1/2 tablespoons of water and you add the water to the powder and you stir it up and it smells just like peanut butter. It's really good. And you can also buy powdered almond butter, which I do have, and it's good, but it's pretty bland. So you have to be creative and add sweeteners to it. like cinnamon and pumpkin spice, and then some stevia droplets like a vanilla cream or a chocolate or a butter toffee to make it taste yummy. So this is the after effect of the powdered nut butter. And the thing that I love about it is that it's super low in fat. It's only like for 2 tablespoons, 1.5 grams of fat, okay, as opposed to maybe, I don't know, like 10 grams of fat or more. So this has 1 gram of fiber, and it has only 2 grams of sugar in it. So the calories is something that I don't really concern myself with, because each of my clients that I work with, I portion out their foods depending on how much weight they want to lose. So the more weight that an individual wants to lose, the more food that I'm going to feed them. So I don't concern myself with calories, but I concern myself with is there fiber in that carbohydrate? Is there any added sugar to that carbohydrate, which you do not want? And also the fiber. The fiber is really important, because the more fiber that carbohydrate has, the less net carbs you are eating in your entree or your dessert or your faux muffin. So with that being said, the end result is, this is the end result right here, is my faux muffin. And I'm going to take that actually and cut it in half. And cut it in half, and then take my nut butter, my powdered butter, and spread it on there. And I get every drop out of there. And there's my faux muffin with my nut butter on it. And voila, can you all see that? It's a really great treat, and I usually love to have it in the afternoon with tea, or after I have lunch, or with my lunch as my bread source. So I want to thank you all for being here. Maybe next time I can demonstrate how to make a lemon poppy seed muffin by using cassava root flour that's actually made from a yucca root. So it's no grains at all. And adding some vanilla protein powder to it to give it that vanilla flavor, and using some chia seed in it, some hemp seed in it for your fiber, also ground flax seed in it. So the possibilities are endless. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.